Good night, RH simulation members. Hello again on this new video. Today we are going to talk about CFM engine of the Airbus A320 and how to start it. It is basically easy because the start in the A320 is easy, but we are going to get in a little bit more details. This video is for ATPL students or for flight simmers to get the things clear. So before jumping to the turbine engine, I'm going to talk briefly for the piston engine. So piston engine is basically more or less the same one as the car. So it has 4 strokes. The first one is the intake, it takes air, and the second one is the combustion. It goes inside the combustion chamber and then it's going to be exposed, so the piston is going to rotate from is going to convert rotational motion to straight motion. Then the fuel is going, the magnetos are going to spark the fuel that is mixed with the air, and then the last thing is to actually get the gas exhaust. So in the turbine engine, it's quite it's not the same. It's go actually in one cycle, but it's quite the same principle. Taking the air and then explode it and then get it out. So today I'm going to talk about the CFM 56-5 Bravo, the engine of that we are going to talk. So this one, the CFM 56-5 Bravo, that you can actually check it here in the MCDU. Okay, so basically it is mounted on the engine for sure, on the wing, and is one of the highest bypass ratio. I'm going to enter into what does it mean bypass, but I'm talking about the CFM 56 family, and it has excellent fuel efficiency and quite in operation. This engine, guys, it has a thrust of more or less 33,000 pounds, and the engine is a twin spool axial flow turbofan engine. So the combustion chamber is equipped with the fuel nozzle and igniters, and we are going to get into details. So before jumping to the details, here we have two things. We have the engine upper warning display, and we have the SD, known as a secondary known as a system display. So this is as the primary engine indications, and these are the secondary engine indications. Okay, guys, so basically let's go outside. I already opened the door. So here we have our famous magnificent engine CFM 56 Bravo. So you see here inside we have a lot of things to talk and to cover right now. So inside we have the fan, which is this part. I'm going to talk about the technical words and then clarify each stage or each part, what's the function of each part in the engine. So here we have the fan. Then inside we are going to have a low pressure compressor. Then we are going to have the high pressure compressor. Then we are going to have combustion chamber, then high pressure turbine, then low pressure turbine, then we have the exhaust. I'm going to repeat. We have the fan, low pressure compressor, high pressure compressor, combustion chamber, and high pressure turbine, low pressure turbine, the exhaust. And here below we have the accessory gearbox. So basically all this engine, it has a lubrication unit, it has a FADEC, we call it a full authority digital engine computer. Basically the A320, it has this system in order to control startup. So the startup is automatic. I'm going to get more into details. And we have alternate FADEC. We have also engine starters, hydraulic pumps, fuel control units, and engine fuel pumps for sure. So And also the most important thing that I have covered in the electrical parts, the IDG, the integrated drive generator. Let's go back quickly to the electric page. Here we have it. So here we have the IDG. Okay, so now let's come back to the engine and go outside. Again, we need to go outside. So we have covered the most important parts. Now I'm going to guys, to clarify what does it mean N1, because you see lots of information in the Airbus cockpit, and we are going to clarify what does it mean the N1, what does it mean the N2, and everything. Okay, so the N1, what we see here, let's go back. The N1 is this one. We call it low pressure system. It basically has low pressure compressor, low pressure turbine. They are all connected in one shaft. I'm going to give you a picture. Just remember with me, this is the N1 and this is the N2. If you go to jets here, you will have vibration of N1 and vibration of N2. These parameters are important, and the EGT. For now, remember just N1 and N2, okay? Because we need it during the startup. First, we need to understand how it works in order to also understand how the startups goes and what we should monitor. Let's go back, my friend. Okay, let's go back here, and I'm going to bring the pictures that I bring it from Google. So the pictures is the following. The picture is the following. Let's reduce it. Let's come here. So the picture actually the engine is as the following. This is the engine and this is the picture. So I told you that we have a fan, we have in blue this one the low pressure compressor, and in red high pressure compressor, and we have compressor, then high pressure turbine, then low pressure turbine, and then it goes out with this part. So the N1, as you can see over here, it controls low pressure system. So it controls what? It controls low pressure compressor, and it controls also a low pressure turbine. All, when you see low, this is the N1. And the N2 spool, it controls a high pressure compressor, this one, this phase here, which is over here, and a high pressure turbine, which is over here. Okay? I'm not an engineer, but I think these lines are to separate things. I think this one is the turbine with high pressure, with low pressure compressor, then high pressure compressor, then high pressure turbine, low pressure turbine, etc. And the combustion chamber is over here. Let's bring the picture again. So the engine, how it works right now, we need to clarify how it works. We said that the A320 engine starts are fully automatic, controlled by the FADEC. Okay, so now let's go each part, why we have all these parts. There is, I mean, we need to understand something. So first of all, we have the fan. The fan actually is going to rotate. The fan is going to rotate in order to what? In order to bring air. So the air, 80% of the air is going to bypass. So 80% of the air is going to bypass from here, okay? Here. It means that this 80% is not going to pass by neither high pressure low pressure compressor or high pressure compressor, or turbine high pressure or low pressure turbine. Is going to bypass the engine. And this is used for most of the thrust. Okay? This is, we use it for the thrust. Basically it goes from the fan, it rotates, and then it passes, the air it passes. So this 80% it go by the bypass, which is a small, like small tube from here and from here. And then we have 20%. This 20% is going to pass by all the stages that I'm going to talk step by step. So this 20%, we need it to run the engine and also to power the accessories and for stability of the engine, and also to power the high pressure compressor, low pressure compressor, and the accessories of the engine. So the core is going to produce energy to spin fan and compressors and all the things. Okay? So the low pressure compressor, first of all, it has 3 stages. What does it mean 3 stages? The turbine is going to run, and then we have the bypass air, and then we have the low pressure compressor. It has 3 stages. What does it mean by 3 stages? It means 3 rotors and 3 starters. The rotors are going to rotate to keep the air running, and the starters are going to fix or tell the air, look, you need to go in this direction with this angle. So it's going to redirect the air to the second stage. So the first stage, it has rotor 1 and starter 1. So rotor 1 is going to bring air, rotate it, and the starter is going to redirect it to the second stage to be compressed. Then it's going to go to the second stage, which have second rotor and second starter, the same thing, and then to the third one. So it is compressed slowly, and this is part of N1. So the low pressure compressor, my friend, is driven by what? Is driven by the low pressure turbine. Okay? So this one is driven by low pressure turbine. Perfect. This is the N1. Okay? It has a percentage. We are in aviation, we need to have a percentage, some sensors and equipment that sends a percentage of the N1 that you as a pilot, you should only respect this percentage that we are going to talk later on. Then from the low pressure compressor, it goes now to the high pressure compressor. The high pressure compressor, it has 9 stages, so 9 rotors and 9 starters. Guys, I'm talking about the CFM 56 5 Bravo, okay? So then each stage is going to compress more air and increase in the velocity and in the pressure, because we need to have we are going to compress air, okay? And the high pressure compressor, it is driven by what? By the high pressure turbine. So high pressure compressor, high pressure turbine, we have N2. N2, we have it as what? As percentage. So this is the third stage, my friend, okay? I mean the third step, not stage, okay? Then we go to the fourth one. So now we have in the high pressure compressor that is driven by the high pressure turbine, we have air with a high pressure and velocity, so it is compressed. Now, since we have bring air from outside, we have compressed it, and now what we need to do? Now we need to explode it. But wait, my friend, the engine, the air is not going to enter like this with this high speed and a high pressure. We are going to have a diffuser. Now enter the role of the diffuser, okay? Diffuser is like this. It's actually the diffuser, what it does before the air going to the combustion chamber is going to pass by the diffuser section to slow down the airflow. Okay, we need to slow down the airflow and reduces its velocity to ensure what? To ensure smooth airflow. Perfect. Till the end, everything is okay. Then it's going to pass into the combustion chamber, or the combustor, okay? The combustor, it doesn't have any stage, okay? Because it has no rotors. No, we are not going to compress air here. We are going to explode it. So what it does then? It goes to the air is in the combustion chamber, okay? But before entering the combustion, it passes due to diffuser, because the air was in high pressure compressor, was moving quickly, was with the high speed, with high pressure, so we need to calm it down. The diffuser tell the high pressure compressor, hey man, calm down, we need to calm down, we need to control things here, okay? Then, because you are entering to the combustion chamber, you are going to be exploded, so just calm down. There is no need to be active like that. So then the air enters to the combustion chamber, and what it does there we here in the combustion chamber we are going to inject fuel by what? By fuel nozzle. Then once we inject fuel, it's like the car and the piston right now. Once we inject fuel, we are going to have igniters, or we call it spark plugs. And there is question in ATPL that they say from where it is, from where we bring the spark plug. So the spark plug is a self-sustained. It gives an energy from itself. So we are going to ignite fuel, and then we are going to provide the initial flame. So air with fuel, boom, perfect. Now the air is going to pass where? To the high pressure turbine immediately after the combustion. So it is connected actually to the high pressure turbine. It is connected, as we said before, to the high pressure compressor. So it's going to pass here to keep moving the high pressure compressor. It has only one stage, because still we don't need too many stages. It has only one stage, the high pressure turbine. Okay, then it goes back to low pressure turbine after the high pressure turbine, and in low pressure turbine we have 4 stages. Again, 4 stages means 4 rotors and 4 starters, and then after that it's going to be exhausted, this 20%. So after the low pressure turbine, the hot gas almost have lost all the energy, so is not moving at higher speed. So we can produce some residual thrust, but the 80% it goes by the bypass. It does not pass from there. So we have the core of the engine, the 20% of the air pass in the core of the engine in order to produce energy to the engine. To as I said before, because you are going to tell me, so if the 80% passes from the bypass and you are going to have thrust, so why we need this 20%? Yes, my friend, but we need 20% to give energy to the engine to rotate the low pressure compressor, high pressure compressor, fan, etc. So this is the engine, how it works in a turbine. And I talked about the normal procedures. So if we go inside the cockpit, we will get let me close the door. We will get some extra information. Let's close it. Okay, door is closed. And let's go to the cockpit. Now, my friend, I am going to tell you, you as a pilot, after I give you all this information, I'm going now to talk about some details, okay? You as a pilot, what you need to monitor. Now you have an idea how the engine works. So you are not just going to say, oh, okay, N2, N1, okay, let the FADEC do the things. No, you should understand it. So in this phase, my friend, we are going to see how you as a pilot, you should monitor the engine. So as I said before, the engine is monitored by the FADEC. So the FADEC actually do the things. This is I think this is clear. So for sure we are going to turn on fuel pumps. We have APU bleed, and we have the APU is actually available. Now let's start the engine. So basically we are going now to talk about engine startup. So what you as a pilot you should monitor. So you as a pilot, you should do the following. I have right here in a paper how to control everything in order to not get, because a lot of things to talk, so I need to organize myself. So we have a lot of actually types of how to start the engine. You can start it manually. Later on we talk about a manual startup. Here we are not going to use it, we are going to use a normal startup. So here we have engine mode selector. I'm not going to talk today about crank, I'm going to talk about ignition and start. So once we click to ignition and start, boom, it appears here from XX to give us what we call parameters, engine parameters. So once I'm going to start engine number 2, now the FADEC is monitoring. Actually the FADEC, guys, is the fully authority digital engine. The FADEC is the fully authority. I'm getting stacked. FAI, fully a authority digital control unit, engine control unit. So it controls everything. What you need to do, press start, and then once we are going to have engine 2, what we need to check, the most important thing, I forgot also to talk about EGT. EGT, guys, is the exhaust gas temperature. So we measure the temperature of the gas exhausted, and it should be under, I think, 725 or 20, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to check it after the video and tell you if it's correct or not. If I didn't say anything, means it is correct. So the engine is going to start running. Which one is going to start first? The N2, guys, not the N1. Once I turn this on, the N2 is going to start rising. It has a percentage. So the N2, which one? The high pressure system, which is high pressure compressor and high pressure turbine, is going to start rising up to which limits? So it's going to start up to 22. Then the FADEC is going to take the control. Then we are going to see here the fuel flow, which is kilogram per hour, or in some planes we measure it by pound per hour, is going to inject fuel. And there we need to see that the N1 is rising. If it is not, we abort, because we have a limit. If it is not, we abort the start. And also the fuel flow is injected, the N1 is rising, and also here the oil pressure is rising also. So once we open it, fuel valve, boom, open, it goes from horizontally to vertically, means it's open. N2 is going to rise. Then at 22% of N2, fuel flow is going to inject, and N1 is going to start up rising, and the fuel oil pressure is going to start up rising as well. So now we have also the fuel used since the startup. So at certain moments we are going to see during startup fuel used is 0, okay, but then it comes back to 10. Then with time it's going to grow up. So then it's going to start up. We need to monitor EGT, that it does not pass the limit. So it's normally it's going to stabilize at 450, 460. And the N1, it should stabilize at 18%, and the N2 it should be at 59, 58 until 65. If we see anything above these values, something is getting wrong. Oil pressure is going to be 35 psi, 40 until 60 psi. But if goes more, means something goes wrong. So if EGT goes above 725 degrees Celsius, means the engine is overstressing, and if it goes below, means engine is not producing actually enough thrust. But we have fortunately the FADEC that is going to monitor everything, and if we have any problem, we are going to see it in ECAM memo. Okay, the same thing for the engine 1. We are going to start engine number 1. The N2 is going to rise, the high pressure system is going to rise up to 22%. The fuel flow is going to start, so fuel nozzles are going to send fuel in the combustion. Here we are in the combustion. Then the N1 start rising, and EGT for sure is going to start rising, and we double check the value of the fuel pressure. It is important also. It should rise and stops at 35 up to 60%. Again, these values I'm not sure. I'm sure about the stabilizer. It's going to stabilize at 35. We are going to see it right here, because then I'm going to have some bad comments. Okay, and yes, so N2 up to 22, 20, and then it's going to FADEC is going to take control, inject fuel, and N1 is going to start uprising. PSI of the engine oil pressure is going to start rising, and we monitor this. At the end, we double check everything. So we can see here we have vibration N1 and vibration N2, means the vibration of the fans, high pressure, low pressure compressor turbine, low pressure turbine and low pressure compressor, and the high pressure turbine, high pressure compressor. We need to monitor the vibration that are not vibrating. If they are vibrating too much, means we can suspect an engine failure. So my friend, let's start doing this. We have engine number engine mode selector to ignition, starting engine number 2. We monitor N2 is rising. We keep monitoring. Once it arrives to 22, we should see this one rising and this one rising, and fuel flow injected. Fuel flow injected, N1 is rising, EGT rising, and the pressure is rising also, oil pressure. And we keep monitoring that the engine does not pass here EGT, the values, and the N2 is going to stabilize at 59, more or less, and this one at 30. So we keep monitoring this. Available, so N1 stabilized at 18, N2 at 59 as I said, and EGT below 450, 725, and the pressure is at 34, 35. We are in a good, we had a good start. Now we need to wait. Okay, we need to wait to see if everything is stabilized. Well, generally the FADEC is going to take control, but here we have a good startup and we had the engine available. Let's go to engine number 2. Number 1, correction. N2 is rising. At 22 we see fuel flow, and this one. If not at 22 we abort. Okay, fuel flow and N1 rising, and oil pressure is rising also. So we keep monitoring. EGT also rising. And the valve is open, don't forget. We have good start. At 18 is going to be available. Boom, available. 35, 59 as we said, and available. So now look what's going to happen here. The FADEC is going to say, okay, everything is good. Look here, the temperature of the oil is going to rise. Okay, this is going to rise until 40, and engine vibration looks good. Let's see. Okay, this one disappears, and we have, my friend, good startup. Now we go to the engine and to the electrics, and we are going to have the generator working in IDG. Where is electrics? So IDG taking control of making the AC currents 1 and 2 working good. So my friend, if in any case, well, this is emergencies, I'm not going to talk about emergencies. So we have a good start. Now we can deactivate the APU bleed and APU, and now the engine is running good, and we had a good start, and you can see here everything looks good, no vibration. EGT looks good, N2 looks good at idle position, N1 also looks good. So my friend, this was a quick explanation of the Airbus A320 CFM 56 Bravo 5 Bravo engine, and again it is one of the most efficient engines in fuel efficiency, and also less noise is produced, less noise. And also we have another types of engine. We will cover it in the next video for sure. For the Airbus A320 we have IAE engines, and it is a little bit different, but we will cover it in the next video. My friend, dear friend and followers, RH member, I'm very happy we are growing up, and I hope you have learned something. Don't forget to comment below if you have any suggestions, any observation, and we share our knowledge. We keep growing up step by step, and for sure, believe me, we are going to cover all the Airbus A320 ECAM pages and systems, and later on we go step by step how to start the engine manually. Thanks for watching this video. Actually I enjoy it because, guys, the engine is the most important parts in the aircraft. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Ciao ciao.